Hello and welcome everybody. It's been some time. We haven't had a GRL podcast or a GRL Talks episode for quite some time, but we are back now. It's not Pat, it's me this time. But I've got three great gentlemen with me. Three TPs actually. We've got the Haas team owner, which is Invade, the Williams team owner, which is Lemon, and the Mercedes TP, which is Tethered. So actually, no assistant team principals, the real bosses, are with me tonight, which is great to see. And yeah, I mean, we have just passed, I think, round 12, so there are four more races to go. And with the OCC, like many gaps already being spread out, the first question I have to ask you, Lot, I mean, how happy are you with your season? Because it's almost over. I know two of you are kind of TP rookies, and obviously Ted is in his second season. So how do you think it has gone?
Yeah, it's gone pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, maybe let's start with, who's first of you lot? It's Williams, isn't it? Williams is first.
It is Williams.
Oh yeah, Williams is.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Well, very happy with how the season's gone. I have felt that we maybe could have pushed on a bit more since the transfer window. I felt like we made some good changes, but of course, it's getting to the end of the game cycle. You can't necessarily expect everyone to be as motivated to race. But we've still kept good momentum. You know, we're getting consistent points week in, week out. And it's just whether we can get Ferrari in P2. It'll be tough, but I feel like we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you had a good last couple of weeks as well, no? Because I remember Ferrari had a very strong week like 3 weeks ago, which made them eke out the gap to, I think, 77 points back then. But you've been kind of a bit more consistent. Ferrari's been a bit more on and off.
Yeah, I feel like we've got a lot of drivers that aren't necessarily like 1 week they'll do really well, 1 week they'll do poorly. But then, realistically, if all of our drivers are like that, then half our drivers will do well each week. So, genuinely, as a whole, we've been very consistently getting, just decent third or fourth best weeks every week.
Yeah, I mean, I think Div 2 was your main struggle division because you had, I think, Mikion and I don't know who the second driver was because you replaced Mikion now.
Yeah, not been the ideal division for us, but it happens. I mean, Mikion's raced for most of the season, and he's picked up some good results. He's just been a bit unfortunate. Rizbo's been unfortunate. I replaced Emmanuel with Rizbo.
Oh yeah, that was that. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Emmanuel Mikion was a pretty good lineup. Aaron thought at the start, but then it didn't quite turn out to be.
Yeah, it's just been unfortunate, but it is what it is. I can't fault my drivers.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, third place so far, and looking at second, it's very solid. Then let's hop over to Invade. Well, many people kind of expected Ferrari, Williams to do well, maybe Sauber, Vika, but nobody really talked about Haas. And you kind of started that way, but you've decided that you would like some piece of the cake as well up front. How do you think has your season gone so far? Because I would think you must be very happy.
I am very happy. Obviously, was not expecting to be in the fight for second. Was more expecting to be mid-table. It's gone fantastically. We've improved where we've needed to. We did have a quite slow start to the season, and then the form started picking up from round 3, and it got obviously better over the season.
Yeah, I mean, Haas generally is in this league a very interesting team because we're now in season 11 and we started having TPs in season 4, and you're only their third team owner, so because they had Brave for quite some time and they had Woody. So yeah, seems like that was a decent switch. But yeah, I mean, as you said, I think you started around 6th, 5th, always weekly at the start, and now you've kind of improved. I mean, all the teams have ATPs, but it seems like you and Frank are building a pretty nice partnership at the front of Haas. How has he impacted kind of the team, or what do you think? How has he helped?
I didn't know Frank when we first started out together. Obviously, I got to know him, and he's been a huge help to the team. He's helped me with so many signings. He knows the quicker divisions a lot more than me. So getting in reserves has really helped us in that situation. Obviously, getting the improved faster drivers. Like he suggested for me to draft Portuguese Beast, which was an insane draft ball.
Yeah, that was a very good signing. I mean, I think he was the only driver still to beat Nardo in 2 races he didn't win. So overall, it was a pretty good signing, to be fair. Yeah. No, because it seems like you and Frank obviously are working together nicely, while at other teams it seems like there's a lead TP and the assistant TP is kind of doing the odd reserve, but not as much. Well, that seems a bit different at Haas, but yeah, that sounds like a good partnership for sure. Then maybe over to one of the TPs who seems to do the main job with his team, which is Ted. I mean, he's got you've got Szczesny and Jasper, right? Or is Jasper ATP? Or is he just active? I don't know.
No, Jasper's just active.
Okay. It's Szczesny. All right. Well, how about your season? I guess after last season, you probably are rather disappointed, but it's not like you haven't scored many points. It's still over 1K and probably aiming for a top 4 spot, despite it being unlikely. But how do you feel like it's gone?
I think, especially recently, we've picked it up a little bit more. We've definitely got the quality of drivers to be at least within the top 4 fighting with like Haas, Williams, Ferrari. But I think towards the start of the season, we had a lot of bad luck in races, and I wasn't too happy with my own performance. I know I could have picked up a lot more points in many races.
I know how that feels.
Yeah. But that happens in racing. You can't get the best results all the time.
Yeah, I mean, your
definitely improved over
performances.
the season.
Yeah, you certainly have improved, and your performances yourself. I mean, you've gone up a division, and you've kind of your pace. You went faster and faster the last 2 weeks as well, because it's not like you're racing in the midfield. You're kind of fighting for the top positions. Also building great friendships with Lemons drivers, as I've seen. But yeah, I mean, what do you think? With a strong end to the season, you reckon you can maybe get close to the Hasses, the Williams, the Ferraris, or is that just a massive long shot and you need a lot of things going your way to get there?
We definitely need a lot of things to go our way, but we can give it what we've got and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, probably helps that you've now also got a gap to Sauber, because it was always you were close with them, and now lately you've kind of actually. I mean, seems to help when you're not always 5th in the weekly score.
Yeah, that was definitely a surprise this week. Very good.
Could have happened again this week, because obviously Jaipur was reserving in D3, and if he got disqualified, as many people requested, some Hasses and some Williams, just saying, you would have had the 5th best score again, because I counted that. What would have been if? So you would have dropped, but you've got the most points, which is good for the OCC as well. I mean, maybe something else. Obviously, you didn't have to replace all that many drivers, all 3 of you, but obviously a couple. If you had the chance to go back in time and it could be like, this driver I would like not to sign at that moment, who would have that been? Maybe let's go in the same order again, so everyone knows when to speak.
If we went back in time to not sign a driver?
Yes, whether that is the draft or mid-season, or don't know, some reserve you picked a couple of times and you're like, yeah, he was the only one available, but usually would not let that guy race.
Yeah. Well, for me, I took a gamble with Emmanuel. It didn't pay off, but I'm glad I took the gamble because I felt like he showed a lot of pace in the season before in Div 3. Florin was an unknown. I think he was my second round pick. I was happy to go for that. But I think the one that's probably hurt us the most has been Charlie Goat in Div 7 because we're in a very good title race in the constructors, and unfortunately for Charlie, he massively hurt Giles's. He hurt our constructor score at the start of the season. I feel like if we didn't have to take the PD for getting rid of him and also getting the minus points at the start, I feel like we would be in the clear for the constructors, and maybe that might meant that we kept Giles.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the start of the season because obviously Giles was in Williams, and I talk a lot to Giles, and he was like, yeah, Charlie's kind of hurting our constructors, and I was like, yeah, I think that will be difficult to win the constructors because Charlie is just not one of the fastest and certainly not one of the most patient ones. And it was like, yeah, I'm trying to coach him. I was like, yeah, good luck.
It's difficult, yeah. But to be fair,
he had the odds good race.
I think he had one good race. But then he got like a 10-second penalty, like 15 points, 10 points deducted, and dropped to like 10th in the order. So
yeah, I mean,
but he had the pace. I think he definitely has the pace. It's just the consistency. But the guy Stefanoki who replaced him then bought quite a lot of points to the table. So then that put us back in a good position. So it's not necessarily that
Yeah, I mean, he's currently. It's difficult to find all that many positives because the race where he's finished the highest apparently in Div 7 was Bahrain, and same as Australia, 13th. So apparently dropped even further. Sits 39th in the table, which is last, with minus 7 points. I think, could have probably found someone that scored more, but I mean, could have paid off because Charlie is on pure pace, not that slow, just probably needs a bit more experience and gets a bit calmer. But yeah, no, I can see that.
In the future, he could definitely be a very good driver. It's just the issues of patience and sometimes allowing people to go past.
Yeah, very often I mean, he is, I think, very young, so I think very often young people just get too eager to perform, and that happens. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe next season with a reshuffling of the order, maybe he can fight the front of the division. But yeah, that was also someone I thought about. Invade, you also had the pleasure of having Charlie in your Div 17. Is he also your pick, or have you got someone else?
I mean, I can touch on him, and I can give you someone else. Yeah, I did sign him mid-season. We was very desperate for a Div 7 driver because Harvey Thomas did end up leaving the league. We signed him, and he didn't turn up for a single race. So he kind of screwed us over there. And I'll give you another one. Aussie Ack in Div 8, we drafted him. He did one race at the start of the season, got his 20-point deduction, and then didn't race for the next 3 rounds and fucked us over.
And then decided to win races for Sauber in the process, didn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah, won 2 in a row.
In the constructors as well, between you and Sauber, so that could be crucial.
Yeah, that could be, yeah. I mean, Sauber have got 2 good drivers in that division, but yeah, I mean, would have been nice if he didn't decide that Haas deserves a 20 PD and picks up 25 in basically the next race he attends. I mean, I remember that was beautifully how he put Harry Hale in the gravel there. I'm sure Ted enjoyed that as well. That's good for Mercedes. But Aussie that race, to be fair, he was he certainly knew how to defend himself because he completely put Harry off, and he said, yeah, that was Harry's fault for trying to overtake on the straight. That was very interesting. Yeah.
It's annoying because I knew he was quick as well. It's just.
Oh, you knew him? Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. I mean, for the Div 8s, many I didn't know, to be honest. Like, that was...
I only know the 2 that I drafted.
Ah, alright. Yeah. I mean, I knew Arbeside, I knew Ring Donut, Wong Tong Long, the many names he has now. I knew Harry, obviously the ones that raced before, Sparky, Patty, but they were obviously not gonna win anything. But yeah, the top ones I didn't really know at all. So yeah, Division 8 was I think at the draft for many just a gamble. Ted, your turn.
Well, I think the biggest mistake wasn't actually a signing; it was definitely a reserve choice. It's definitely Milan ONFN in Div 6.
Oh my goodness.
Las Vegas, he got me negative 17 points in one race, and ended up taking out a few of the people.
Yeah, I mean,
taking
he's
out
also
a driver who was in my team.
He's. I just looked at the Div 6 table. He's 44th on -19. But this might look bad, yeah. But at Vegas, yeah, that was that race, yeah. He might have scored -15, but he got the fastest lap. So I think that makes up for it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, made up for it all.
I think he was also involved in some incidents at China. I think he put Pat into all, which it speaks for him, to be honest. But yeah, that it's all the drivers with the minus points, kind of. Yeah, not surprising. But now we've kind of annoyed 3 or 4 people. Who have been, you think, your best signings you've made? Also, it doesn't matter if it's on draft or mid-season, but drivers that have kind of transformed the OC, because you're all having a lot of points to your name in the OCC, so I think it's possibly a bit harder to pick one driver out. But who was it? I mean, it would be easy if you were Red Bull TP, but
I mean, it's tough, as you say. There's been a lot of, it's been a very successful season for all 3 of us, so it's going to be tough to pick one. I mean, I'm very happy with my 2 Div 8 choices. They've really, grinded for the team. Stefan Oki's come in, done really well. Drax come in, done really well. I'd say though, my best pickup is probably Dan Circuit, my teammate in Div 6. As Ted will know very well, he dropped him at the transfer window. For Raikkonen, who was on my team, at Williams, and then Babs come in and got. I think he's. I'm trying to remember if he's won a race. I think he got second. He's got 2 second places. He's come in, done 6 races, and he's already beaten my score, which isn't that difficult. But from the expectations, he wasn't necessarily proven in this league. He's done very, very well, and he's moving us up into probably a guaranteed 3rd position in the constructors. So I guess having him as my teammate probably is a little bit of Div 6 bias, because I've been very happy with how he's performed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't think he would do that well, because originally he was placed Div 5. Then we did a social, I think, in the mid-season, and he wasn't good at all. So bumped him down to Div 6, and nobody really expected him to do well. But yeah, he's had some solid races. Not Mike Reed stuff, but still good races. And yeah, I mean, you also like a second drive picking up the points. So yeah, overall.
Slowly picking up the points.
Slowly but surely.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm looking for a good end to the season. Cota's my best track, but yeah, realistically, he's going to be the one that's going to be picking us up the order.
Cota's also my best track when I had a pad, not a wheel, so that'll be fun. But yeah, that's not the topic anyway. Invade. Who would you pick out of your signings?
I briefly touched on him before. I'd say Portuguese Beast. He was an underrated pick, and obviously, I drafted him. If I had to say someone who I signed, I'd say his teammate Callum. Callum's been great in Div 1 as well, and has helped us jump up in the Div 1 standings to now second.
Yeah. I mean, Portuguese Beast really has been kind of the mid-season signing, because he obviously wasn't here at the start, as you said. Yeah, I think that's fair. Plus, Division 1 drivers are usually, if you get fast ones that turn up weekly, are the most important because there's a lot of ego involved usually, and if they are not happy, they'll just leave or stop racing. So there are usually only 3 to 5 really fast ones that can consistently pick up podiums. And this season as well, it's been obviously Nada. Well, he's not been getting podiums; he's been getting wins. And then you had Snowy and Portuguese Beast, and the rest was like just scrapping for 4th and 5th, really. Because I think they have Mulder, Jamie, and I mean even TQB had a bad season. So yeah, I think that was a very good signing. What do Mercedes have in terms of great drive material?
I think there's definitely like a few people that stand out. Definitely Ryan B, Division 2. He's been unbelievable. Got him as a second round pick, I think pick 17, which was insane. He's destroying Division 2, doing amazing. Also, as a signing mid-season, Southers in Division 8 has been very consistent.
Yeah.
He didn't get drafted at all, and he's come in and he's done very well. And then on another note, Jasper in Division 1, he hasn't had things to go his way on the track, but he's been integral to the team, behind the scenes, helping people improve.
I was going to say, I think Jasper's a very, very good second driver because even though he's not picking up loads of points, like a few every week, but still, he's always active. I think he seems rather helpful with the other drivers. And that's kind of all you need from a second driver. Means what? It's 64 points without massive scores. While you have with him on level on points, you've got Sab, who got 2 podiums and then a lot of DNFs or non-scores. So I think you rather want consistent points because that might also create chances on a good result. And after all, he is, he's 20 points off 6th. So it's not that big of a gap to the front. It's just very close in the midfield because usually the top positions were covered by 3-4 drivers and the others were kind of making up between themselves. And yeah, Jasper seems like someone who wouldn't just suddenly quit, which is basically what you need as TP. I agree. Well, usually in the GRL Talks episodes, Pat makes these weird games, but I've not thought of, what animal you would like to be or whatever, or what vegetable. So we're doing this with statistics because that's something I can look at. So obviously we're focusing on Haas, Ferrari, and Mercedes.
Ferrari?
Oh, no, Williams. Whoops. Yeah, Williams. And I've got a couple of statistics in front of me here, which are the podiums. So I want you to guess how many podiums each of your teams have scored, and whoever gets closest to the actual score gets the point. That's across all divisions, all races. Yeah, we can start with Williams. I need to write this down, otherwise I'll forget, and that would not be good. Yeah, all right.
I think we've got a couple in Div 1. None in Div. I'm just going to ballpark it, to be honest. I'd say probably got about 11 podiums.
Across all divisions?
Across all divisions, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Haas?
Definitely understanding it in. I'm going to go with 32.
All right. And Mercedes?
I'll go with 21.
All right. Okay. So I'll start from the back. So you said 21 podiums. Mercedes got 24 podiums. So you're 3 off.
What? Oh no.
Which is pretty good. Haas, you said 32, right? 32 podiums.
Yep.
You got 39, so you're 7 off, but was a bit more difficult. And then Williams, you said 11. You've got 32.
I forgot about. Not that it really matters, but I forgot about Div 4, Josh and Cam being very good.
Yeah, I mean, you said you've got 11 podiums. The team with the least podiums was Alpine. They've got 12. No.
Oh, what a bear!
Yeah, I was like, did I say this? Like, you thought your best division was 11 podiums?
No, genuinely.
That's why I asked. It was like all divisions across all. Yeah. Then I've got a second one, which is going to be even worse to guess because you'll have no chance of being anywhere near. You'll guess the gained positions from quali to race position.
God, I really helped my team with this one.
I can say one of your 3 teams is the leading team in that, so they've gained the most positions, and none of your teams are in the bottom 3. So that's what I'll give you.
Okay.
I'm very interested how that is gonna go.
Well, I know I can get the majority. A lot of my teams because I always qualify at the back.
Yeah, you and Cord as well, because Cord finishes in the 5. Yeah.
This is down.
Always qualify first and drop down.
I think, but after that, I'll also tell you the margin from first to last, and that is quite shocking.
I mean,
it's impossible.
12 rounds so far. 16 drivers.
Yeah.
I can't do the math in my head. I'm just gonna go
a lot.
I don't think it'd be that crazy. I think it'd be like 270.
That's definitely way too much.
Right.
No.
He was lacking 21 the last time, so he makes sure he goes 100 too many this time.
Yeah. Oh, God. I might go with 217.
I thought that's just the exact same thing as me.
200s. I was thinking 65.
Mate, I think in my division I've made up like 30.
I was thinking more than 200.
Yeah, I've made up like 30 positions.
No chance.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give anything away.
That's true, yeah. Got to think about how many quali merchants we have and like how many.
I think the V-Carb ones are dragged down by my polls.
Yeah, I think my team's exactly the same as that.
You're not the team who gained the most. So that's what I can tell you. But yeah, I don't think that helps.
I think I've gone too low.
I'm 217.
Yeah.
217.
No, I think my team's got like 60.
Is that your answer? 60?
Yeah, 60.
All right. So Mercedes. So you said 60. You've gained 126.
I'm liking mine now.
So you're 66 off. Haas, you said 217. You have gained the most positions of everyone because you've gained 288.
Oh, that many?
Yeah. And so that is, more than 60 off. And then Williams, you said 231. 270. And 231 you scored.
Yes!
So you have
280 is insane.
Yeah, 288 is quite.
What was the order?
Okay, so you've got Haas in first with 288, then VCARB 250, Ferrari 233, Williams 231, McLaren, I don't know how, 211, Sauber 145, Mercedes 126, Aston Martin 88, Alpine 73, and Red Bull 38. So they've almost lost.
Ted, you weren't that far off if you're thinking you were not, one of the bottom few. You weren't that far off.
Yeah, I didn't expect over 100, to be honest.
Yeah, it's that is very hard to guess because everyone has like a few good qualifiers and a few that never qualify well, and then with 16 drivers, that is rather hard to guess.
Yeah, we never qualify a ball.
All right, penultimate category. Retired. How often? Each team.
That's reserves, right?
That's with reserves. As far as I'm concerned, yeah. Massive hint. Alpine are leading this category. And one of your three teams, no, two of your three teams are in the bottom three. So you've had the least DNFs, and one of you has got the least DNFs, but you're tied with another team.
Okay. I'd like to think we're a team that doesn't really DNF too much. I mean, I don't want to say it as low as 11, but I do think that this probably is. Well, maybe it's like, because I've got to count reserves as well. Probably about 13, I think.
All right. I love this. This is absolute nonsense.
Yeah, that's definitely far.
No, I know my team. I don't think we get many retirements, to be honest.
I thought you were going to say here like 88.
Well, hopefully we're one of the bottom teams, right?
145.
What?
No.
Oh my days, this is so hard. I have my Pickard in my team, so I'm definitely.
That's a third of the DNFs already.
He's the strongest Div 4 driver.
Yeah. He's the only Div 4 driver available usually.
I'm going to go with 22.
All right.
I think we've had significantly more than Williams and Haas. I'll say 27.
Not really significantly more, to be honest.
Because I don't think Haas have had.
Well, we
over
certainly
20.
need a new category now because Williams, you said 13. You had 20, so you had the least. So you're 7 off. Haas, you said 20. You said 22. You had 28, so you're 6 off.
Oh my god.
And Ted, you said 27, and you had 23, so you only 4 off. So also, what good guesses? I think I would have been further off. The order of that is.
How many do Alpine have?
Alpine have 45.
Oh my.
Yeah. At one point of the season, that was after like 6 races, I checked. Alpine had 45% of their races were DNFs. I think they've improved on that. Yeah. Then Sauber have got 41, Aston have got 38, McLaren 35, Red Bull and Haas 28, VCAB and Mercedes 23, Ferrari and Williams have got 20. I mean, 20 is pretty solid if you think about it. Because
like
by having
1.5.
yeah, about 1.5. Now let's go crazy for the final one because you've all got 1 point now. So next round basically decides it. And because these were rather small numbers, right? So this was quite boring. Completed races. So these are bigger numbers. So basically, as soon as you've finished or as you've been classified, so I think if you completed 75% of the race, that counts you as a race completed and includes reserves again. You are all very close in the table on this. I won't tell you where you are, but I mean, it's quite makes sense where you would be given the fact you need points to be in 3rd, 4th, and 5th of the OCC.
This is a really tough one, to be honest. I'm just thinking, obviously, we know that.
I'll give you a hint compared to the other category. It's more than 20.
Yeah. I reckon.
I'm sure that helps.
I'll probably say about 132.
All right.
I'll go with 74.
74. Okay. Well, that is a difference.
Wait, I'm miles off as well. Oh no.
I think 170.
I did my maths wrong. Yeah, Ted's definitely won this. I did it by 12 rather than by 16. Forgetting.
So wait, let me count this. The difference in numbers is insane. So they said 74.
You did calculation or just guessed? I can't lie. This 2 in maths is not helping me right now.
So 170 was Mercedes. All right.
You definitely got close.
Okay. So let's start with Haas. You said 74 completed races. Haas completed 183. So you've not won this round. Williams,
Yeah, Ted's definitely won.
Williams is at 132. No. That's what you said.
You said that.
Oh,
Williams have completed 179. So you're 47.
Yeah.
So and Ted said 170. And you've completed 178. So that was actually really good.
That was pretty good.
And all of that with our calculator. This table is actually really close if you look at it, because you've got Vika with 187, then Haas 183, Ferrari and Williams tied 179, Aston Martin and Mercedes 178, Alpine 173, McLaren 168, Sauber 165, and Red Bull 153. Which doesn't seem that crazy, but after all, Red Bull have finished 34 races less than V-Cup, so they have skipped 2 weeks.
Yeah, I figured out where I went wrong.
How did you go wrong?
I was only considering the fact that I didn't consider the fact we had 2 drivers.
Yeah, I thought so. That was my mistake at first. Because, yeah. Well, at least.
If I was to actually guess with 2 drivers, I probably would have said around 190.
Well, at least you're prepared for the next time, at least. So that's a start. So yeah, Mercedes have won then this game or whatever. Before we end this, want to look ahead first to the end of the season. Obviously, Williams and Haas seem to be fighting Ferrari and Mercedes is a bit off. So I would like to hear from Lemon and from Invade. What do you think is like the key factor? What's the strength of your team that do you think will prove you to be successful and get second? Simply assuming you'll not get in 600 points on VCAR. I hope that is not arrogant at all. But yeah, looking at P2, what do you think will help you to secure that second spot in the OCC?
I feel like it could just be down to making sure my drivers turn up, because obviously Triangle Lemon got hit with, I think it was 25 or 30 points deducted for Maxi not turning up to 3 races. I think a couple of my drivers are not too far off of that, and I feel like with some of the lobbies necessarily having less drivers, I found it a lot easier to get points in Div 6 recently, because but I feel like it's just making sure that we've got 2 drivers in every division. I think that's just going to be the main thing. Of course, I can say about, our Div 4, our Div 7, very strong divisions. BAM come in, done really well. But I feel like it's just going to be making sure that we've got 2 drivers in every race. Because if there's 15 people in every race, coupled DNF, even if you have a bad race, you'll get P12, and that's 4 points. 4 points close to Ferrari.
Sounds good. Invade, anything to say against that? Or what has Haas got in the locker?
We've got a lead bleeder. That's all we need.
Okay, so that is 20 tickets in the next 4 weeks.
Right. Obviously, our attendance is pretty good, other than Runned. So
yeah,
if we just keep attending every week, then we're cooking, because Pickard is our go-to number 1 Div 4 reserve, and that's the only division we usually struggle in.
I mean, obviously, we are yet to add the reserve usage for the last few weeks, which also comes with PD if that is exceeded. And I don't know if that makes any individual here happy, but from what I've heard, in one division, I don't know which one, Ferrari's only 1 driver off a 50 PD.
It'll be Division 2.
Yeah, I thought it was Division 2, but I wasn't fully sure, because obviously Macti raced most times except those 3, and then stayed Daisy.
We're close to it. We're probably close to it.
Haas is, I think, 2 off or 1 off in one division. I Williams, I don't think Williams is that close from what I've seen when I checked the last time. We're still yet to add like 3 more rounds, I think.
Yeah,
so
I think our major issue was Division 4, but now with Cam and Josh turning up every week, we should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, that Division 4 team, that seemed to help. So
yeah. Well, I stole that off of Reese. Last minute.
Well, fair. I think that is very fair. Aston Martin also, they don't need that many points now that Red Bull have decided they will get rid of 1/3 of their points, so they are joining Alpine at the bottom. Yeah. And also, obviously, looking ahead to season 12, I know who signed up. Others don't know who signed up, so maybe just go through again in the same order, all 3 of it. Have you signed up? Why have you signed up again? If you have, and after that season, like, what are you looking ahead to? What have you learned this season, and how do you think you'll profit in the next season and hope to climb higher? Yeah, to end our little conversation.
Well, I feel like it would be awkward now to say, I haven't signed up. No, I have. I'm hoping to be Williams TP again next season. Going off of Triangle Lemon, making us like a pretty strong team. And I feel like this season we've taken another step forward. If there wasn't VCARB just rinsing everyone in every division, then I feel like we could have had a chance at getting the OCC. Of course, it's easy to say, just get rid of the best one and then we have a chance. But I feel like next season, hopefully, if I get the Williams TP job, just looking to build on what we've done this season. I think I've only got one. I think only Sausage Joe is on a 2-season. Lanzi will be if he gets top 6 in the driver's standings. So it will be pretty new again. But I feel like we should have decent draft picks. And the main thing I've learned is just to keep checking in with drivers, because I mean it might be because it's the end of game cycle, but some drivers who I thought were very very committed last few weeks necessarily have been less motivated to race, and it's understandable end of game cycle, but I think that's the main thing, is making sure that I attend to all of my drivers, checking in, make sure they're okay, they've got setups.
Yeah. I mean, it's a massive step up as well, because I don't think you paid that much attention, but the last time we ended the game, which was obviously F1 24 last time around, we had 4 divisions, or maybe 5, 4 or 5, and now we've basically got double that. So obviously looking at it from a perspective of, I've now got to have 16 drivers, not 8, not 10, 16. And yeah, I mean, obviously the game's not in the best shape, or the people are not happy with it at all. And at the end of the game cycle, as you said, that shows. But Williams' attendance-wise looks very good, and that looks like a good approach. And I think, especially if you get Ferrari, the odds are very good in inheriting that Williams spot. Obviously, also depending if the triangular lemon wants maybe to return to the Williams team, but that spices that battle up a bit more. But it's only, I think, 17 points in it. So yeah, that will be very interesting. Invade, how about you?
Yes, I've signed up, and I'd be open to staying at Haas again. Definitely my backup choice. I think people have already figured out what team I've put my preference to, just for the fact of the season 12 story that was posted today. It was kind of obvious, but I've at least put my favourite team for Aston Martin. But I wouldn't mind staying at Haas, but realistically, I didn't sign anyone to 2-season contracts, so I've got nothing to really lose other than maybe the draft picks, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Aston Martin, many people have failed there, I can tell you that. So they certainly need a good TP, because I think they've been in, since we have TPs, they've been in the top 5 of the OCC once in 7 seasons. So Aston Martin, I think on paper, are the worst team ever in this league. So it can't get much worse, because
it can't get much worse, can it?
What was that?
It can't get much worse, can it?
Not really, no. I mean, you've obviously got VCAP, who will clinch their second OCC. Ferrari have won 2. Williams have won once. Haas have never won. I think they were third once, but that was in the Bray era. Mercedes, did they win once? I think they got it once. Sauber, they had the provisional OCC in the first season, but there were no TPs. But yeah, you could class that as an OCC. McLaren won it in season 3 or 2? 2, that must have been. Aston Martin obviously never won it. Alpine won it in season 3. And Red Bull won it a few seasons ago. So it's only Aston Martin and Haas that are left. So your 2 teams, basically. But yeah, I mean,
if we look at this season, I'm on to get Haas's best result if I can get the second, or I can equal it if
100%. And nobody expected it as well, which makes it even better. So yeah, I mean, you've done a great job, and I think you'll have no problem on securing one of those 2 spots, because yeah, I mean, Reese also didn't have the greatest of seasons, and Haas usually is not the most picked team in the sign-ups either. So yeah,
I'd be buzzing if I get either of them, because I do like the Haas and I do like the Aston Martin.
Yeah, well, that's good then. I think that shouldn't be a problem. And obviously, our third man in the VC, Ted, if you signed up, you talked about it before.
I have signed up. Yeah, I signed up today. I forgot to do it the other day, so I did it earlier. But Yeah, I'll be looking to stay at Mercedes. I've got things kind of planned out for next season. Definitely going to take more of my own knowledge than other people's, because in the past that's failed. But yeah, I'm still learning. Still in my
Are we seeing a Mercedes revolution or evolution then?
A bit of both, definitely. Want to get Mercedes back to the top, but going to be evolving myself as a TP. So
I see. So
want to get back to the top.
That sounds interesting. That sounds like fighting talk. Well, that's it basically. I thank all three of you for sitting here for the last 50 minutes, and it was way longer than I expected that it was. But we talked about some stuff about the league, about the OCC, about some of your drivers. We figured out that Invade is not the best at maths, but that was important to find out. Obviously wish all three of you with all your teams the best of luck, and hopefully for many drivers to turn up, even though apparently Williams would like lower numbers to pick up more points. And yeah, maybe we get a great battle for second in the OCC. But until then, thank you very much, and for everyone watching, good luck in your races, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Bye.